Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are on the hunt for an exotic beast. And this hunt is taking us all the way to the very heart of the Alliance capital city. Yes, to Stormwind itself. For a chance to gain the Lost Spectral Gryphon. So let's get into this. Now, World of Warcraft has a ton of interesting pets for hunters. It's one of the reasons why I love the hunter so much. It's one of the reasons why I picked it for our current Let's Play with Silibor. Now, none are more iconic than the Beastmaster's Spirit Beasts. Yes, once the undisputed kings and queens of the pet world, they have, in recent times, become a little less desirable. But they still have on their side the fact that they just look plain amazing. Now this, along with the fact that spirit beasts tend to be a little harder to get, to be fair, much harder than some other beasts, gives them kind of an air of something special as well. Now one of the hardest to get for a Horde player, certainly, is the Spectral Griffin. Why so hard? Well, as we said in the intro, it's the fact that it's located in the heart of Alliance territory, yes, in Stormwind itself. So before we get into the details of exactly where it's located within Stormwind, let's get into the requirements. Now, only Beastmasters level 45 and above will even be able to see the feather that's needed. Now, that's not to say you must be level 45 to tame it. Now, once you've gained level 39 as a BM Hunter, you will have learnt Exotic Beasts skill. Once you've got that, you'll be able to tame this beast. So, if you've got a kind friend or guildie willing to help you out, then all good, you'll be able to get this. If you're Horde low, yeah, may want to take a second there. I would wait until you are at least level 45 anyway. All of the guards within Stormwind are level 60 elite, and yeah, as you may have guessed, they will not take kindly to you messing about in their capital. I will say, once we get to the clip of me actually gaining this on my Horde character, I was level 56, and at one point, I'll leave the clip in. In fact, I'll play it in the background right now. I accidentally flew too close to the sun, and 2 Griffin guards came, and they basically one-shot me. So, yeah. The truth is, as a Horde player, you just don't want to engage any of the guards, whether you're 45, 50, or 60. So, with that embarrassing death out the way, let's take a look at the pet itself. What is it we're actually going to gain? Now, Spirit Beasts are classed as Tenacity, which back in the day was the tanky style of pet. They of course have the common abilities of Dash and the important Growl. Their specialization is Endurance Training, which means both you and the pet will gain 5% increased health, which is always nice. Plus, you'll gain Survival of the Fittest ability, which means that you can reduce all damage you and your pet take by 20% for 6 seconds. Last of all are the spirit-only abilities. And we have the Boring Claw attack, which is a simple attack. Then we have Spirit Pulse. A pulse of spirit energy releases from the beast, removing 1 disease, 1 magic, and 1 poison effect from itself. So sadly, this only works on the pet, which is a little bit of a shame. Now, the main reason to have a spirit pet above others is the next one, Spirit Mend. The Spirit Beast heals the current friendly target for X amount over 10 seconds. So you can actually be kind of a little bit emergency off healer for your group. You can put it on yourself if you're doing solo content with your pet, whatever it may be. This is a really handy little one to have. And then finally we have Spirit Walk, which puts your pet into stealth mode. The first attack they do from stealth will have a 20% bonus damage to it. Very nice. Now, onto the location. If you're Alliance, yeah, this is going to be quite easy. You're just heading to Stormwind. If you're a Horde player, a little bit more tricky. The 2 easiest ways, I would say, is to teleport to Undercity, then fly south, or use the Zeppelin, head to Stranglethorn Vale, and then head north over Westfall, is it? Once you are near Stormwind, head to the front gates. Once there, you will see the giant wall housing the gates of Stormwind. Built into that wall on the right-hand side, at coordinates 7172, are the Griffin Pens. It's where the Alliance Flightmaster is based. Just outside of there is a hill. If I was you, I would land here. You'll be able to tilt your camera to see inside the Griffin Ben, Flight Bay, whatever you want to call it. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to see a Spectral Feather that's located at the nest, right against the wall. Now, I will say, which is what I was talking about before, I made the mistake of, when I was trying to see into the pen, I flew up as high as I could so I could look down. That's when I aggroed the guards. You don't want to do that. I will also say, handy thing, but not necessarily a must-have, I did swap my talents so that I was using camo. Just meant that once I was kind of in position in the pens, I could pop camo and it would give me a couple of seconds just to assess the situation, see what was going on. This did help me get in a position, but as you'll see, I didn't aggro anything, so it's entirely up to you if you want to take it. Now, when I'm actually ready to go and try and tame this thing, because I've noticed the feathers there, I fly low to the wall and then slowly start coming up a little bit until I'm at a point where basically my goal is to find a ledge that I can just get onto, hit my camo, and then ascertain what's going on, see if there's any patrols about, because there is a patrol that walks along. We want that as clear as possible. Once we know it's clear and I'm stood right on the edge, I'm going to click the feather. As soon as that happens, the Lost Spectral Gryphon will appear. Now, it's a neutral mob. Again, a little bit of a forethought here is make sure your pet is obviously dismissed. And make sure you've got Tame Pet. Just drag it to a button somewhere, just something so you can hit it fast as possible so that you don't have to wait around here. Then all you are doing is literally waiting for the tame to finish. Once you've got it, get out of there as soon as possible. I was super lucky. I'll be entirely honest, all it literally takes, because this is a neutral mob, is for an Alliance player to see it and decide, hey, Horde, I fancy ruining your day. Killing the mob, and then, yeah, you're kind of fudged. So if you're a Horde player and you want this pet, just be prepared for a little bit of frustration. Don't think you're just going to come here and one-shot it. May even be worth having like a Lobby Hunter, something that can still see the actual feather. Just sit it there so you can keep logging it in and out. I mean, I've got like 4 hunters, but that may mean that I just need to get out more. If the feather isn't there, or worse of all, it is actually snatched from you and the mob is killed, the respawn rate can be pretty brutal. It is not set. It can be between anything from 30 minutes all the way up to 12 hours. So yeah, this could take a little bit of time. But at least, as a Horde player, if you do this, you have hopefully an interesting story. The time you flew to Stormwind and grabbed this pet. And also, Alliance players are going to know that you visited their city when you run around parading their little griffin. Now, speaking of Alliance players, if you want this nice pet, just walk to the griffin nest. Same location, 7172. If the feather's there and you meet the requirements, click on it and tame the beast. Yeah. That's it, really. I will say you do need to be aware, as I said before, for the Horde players, this is a neutral pet creature when it spawns, meaning it can be attacked even by other Alliance players. If they just decide, hey, I'm going to kill that just for laughs, it does happen. Yeah, sadly they will do it just to mess with you. Side note here, by the way, if you're that player, if you think that's going to be funny, just don't do it, especially to another member of your own faction.
Why? 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 Why?
Why would you do it to another member of the Alliance? Come on. What are you thinking? That's not what we want. And that is it. Hopefully this will help you become the proud owner of the Lost Spectral Griffin. Congratulations if you've gone and got it. Next up we have, I probably fancy the albino corehound. It's not a spirit beast, but it is one of my favourites. Thank you for watching, everybody. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in the next video. Laters, everyone.